Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below.
Hey guys, hope you're well. So in this video, I'm going to do a manifestation Q&A. I'm going to be covering a set of questions, and the questions that I took for this Q&A was I put up a question answer box on my Instagram. So usually I cover those questions there, but just like I think this happened before with me around a month before, where I put up a questionnaire box and Instagram had some glitch because of which I wasn't able to answer those questions there. So I made a video for it, and the same thing has happened in exactly a month because I do a Q&A session there every week. So every Saturday I put up a questionnaire box where I answer a few questions that are possible for me. So I thought that I would just make a video here about all these questions, and so that all of you can get help from it. Also, I would just like to thank all of you. Like, I recently reached 5,500 subscribers here on YouTube. So thank you to all of you, and keep hanging along for the ride. Okay, so the first question that is there, is it possible to manifest everything? Okay, now this is a very interesting and a very important question, and there is a reason that I never answer this question at all when someone asks me on my Q&As and my DMs, right? Because this question is not something that I can just answer because it requires a deep level of introspection. So instead of asking this question, I would like to explain how a coaching session goes. So when you are in a coaching session, at least with me, like how does it go and how do you realize like what the other person needs help about and what you should focus on with them. Anytime someone has a desire, that desire is coming from some place, right? Now, for example, I want a specific person. Now that can come from my self-concept, that can come from me feeling rejected, that can just be me trying to egoistically get that person back to feel okay, that can come from unconditional love, that can come from like a lot of places. And usually it's not just one place. It's usually a combination of all these things, right? Now, when someone is asking me, is it possible to manifest? Yes, the answer is yes. But it is important to understand why you want to manifest that. Because in the answer of the why, you will understand what your solution is. Because most of the times what happens is, once you are working on those solutions, your desires can also change, but they also get refined and they also get clearer. And then the things that you were worried are possible or not, you're not worried about them anymore. So I was talking to this one client and she was manifesting a specific person. And she was always worried about this question, is it possible for me to manifest this person, right? Now, her story, like I will not give you a big background, but it came from a lot of insecurities, came from a very, very long hot and cold scenario with her specific person. Now, when we genuinely asked her why she wanted it and what she was actually worried about, the conclusion that came out to be was that the reason that she was worried about this question, that is it possible to manifest this or is it possible to manifest anything at all, is because in her past she had worked on that and she had tried to manifest it but couldn't. But introspecting her past, we realized that the reason that she couldn't was because she was not doing it correctly. And this is not to say that all of you are not doing it correctly, but in her situation, in her particular situation, what was actually happening was she was saying that she wanted something, having no boundaries and no actions aligned to it. It kept going on back and forth. This person used to go away when she used to put up a boundary. They used to come back 2 days later. This person never withheld the boundary. It used to go back and forth, and that used to be the situation. And for her in that situation, that is why it wasn't possible. After working on that, this question never arose. This question was not something that she was ever worried about. So yes, it is possible to manifest things that you want, but a very honest answer to this is it's not possible for me to tell you why you want this right now, unless and until I fully know you. And why you want this holds a lot of answers to what you should go after. Many people, after working on themselves, don't want what they wanted before. This will trigger a lot of you. It has triggered a lot of people before, and it has triggered me before. But it's the truth, right? My desires can evolve. And just because you have the ability to do everything doesn't necessarily mean you would. What that means is, just because you can go and eat everything in your fridge right now doesn't mean that you would. So it's more of understanding why you want it, what's the thought process behind it, and what you should do to go after it. And that is only something that can be understood once you are in a session with someone or once you know someone in that regard. Okay, next question. How to stay firm when people around me convince the opposite? You don't have to be liked by everyone. And I think that the more successful you become, the less you will feel the need to be liked by everyone. Because what will happen is you will start to realize that many people don't lead the life that you want. And when they don't lead the life that you want, you don't have the need to actually take advice from them. People around you, when they are advising you, a lot of times they have a very big bias, right? Which means they will not always look at the situation correctly and in an unbiased way, because they have feelings for you, they care for you, and with their care with you, they will tell you some advice on what they think you should do. Now, when you have a big health scare, you don't ask your friend for advice, you go to the doctor. Similarly, people around you, even if they have the best intentions, a lot of times don't have the correct tools to help you. That does not mean that they are not smart. It just means that they don't have the correct tools about that situation, and they're only looking at situations from your bias, because they are biased towards you, which is not always helpful. So in these regards, it's important to understand that creating a boundary here is going to be super crucial, because yes, you might get swayed, but it's not always going to be something that is going to be helpful. Next thing, next question. My friend is suffering from a mental health issue, want to talk to me and drains my energy. I ignore her. See, going back to the same thing, a lot of times when you would be talking to people, you would realize that they are going through their own issues, and you will be susceptible to that, especially if you're someone who is in this journey yourself. Now, the best thing that you can do is to not give them advice. Offer them support, as much as support that you can. But tell them to consult someone who can be better at that advice. Because when you are in this journey for yourself, for example, someone is going through anxiety, right? You will help them by telling them to consult someone who actually knows how to deal with anxiety. That can be a mental health professional, that can be a psychiatrist, a therapist, or someone, if the anxiety is on a lower grade, than a life coach or a manifestation coach, right? You wouldn't be the correct person to advise them on that, because you don't have the correct tools to advise them on that. Now, this is not again on you, this is what the truth is, right? Next thing, you mention often work on yourself. What do you mean by that? It's a very wide spectrum of understanding, but working on yourself means putting yourself first when you know you have to, in every spectrum of your life, in some way, shape, or form. Working on yourself can have different meanings for every person. So for someone who needs to work on their diet and their health, that is what working on themselves is. For someone who needs to work on their relationship mindset, that is what working on themselves is. For someone who needs to be tougher on themselves, that is what self-work is. And for someone who needs to be compassionate, that is what self-work is. It depends and varies from person to person, and that it has to be dependent from there. Now, how to develop confidence in self? That's the next question. And there is only one answer that I would say, because if this answer is followed through, any other advice wouldn't be needed. Do what you say that you will. As simple as that. Once you, your mind, your body, the world, everyone can trust your ability to do what you said you would, you wouldn't ever have a lack of confidence towards yourself, because you would always know that I will withhold my word and I will follow through on my word, even if the circumstances get difficult. This will make you a stand-up person even when you have to put up boundaries in situations when putting up boundaries is difficult, because you can do it because you have done it before. That's how you build confidence towards yourself. How to let go of obsession and always thinking about them. So I would suggest that first ask yourself, why am I obsessed with this person? Because most of the times this person hasn't done actually anything for them to give, like for me to have these kind of feelings for them. Like just be honest. What has this person offered you till now in your life for you to be this obsessed? Is it this person that you're obsessed with, or is it your issues in yourself that are making you obsessed with them? Once you realize what you're actually looking for from this person, giving yourself that feeling is going to be important. Now, an example of this would be, let's say I'm someone who has never felt important in my life, and I met a girl, the first girl that I ever met, who had made me feel important. Now, of course, I'm going to pedestalize her. Of course, I'm going to obsess over her. The reason is not because of her, but because for me, any slight level of feeling important would have made me obsess over anyone. So here I would need to find and ask myself, how can I make myself feel importance? And once I will increase that, I will automatically feel important and I wouldn't be that obsessed. Next question. How to start with self-work, what exactly has to be done. Didn't have a proper video post. Yeah, as I mentioned in the answer before, it's because I cannot make a proper video about it, because it differs from person to person and it cannot be defined in one single general video. Happy Holi to the one who fills colors in everyone's life. Oh, happy Holi to you too. I hope you and your family enjoy. Next question. If we have to choose one, to work on your self-concept or to leave the story of the SP, what should I work on? Well, the answer is the same. So working on your self-concept will force you to leave the old story, because the version of you who holds on to someone's old story is the version of you that you would let go of. The new version of you who you want to be ideally wouldn't even have the need to hold on to the old story, because they wouldn't feel the need to victimize themselves based on that. So it's one and the same thing if you look at it objectively. Next thing, your quotes are just wow. Please keep posting your one-liners. Oh, so this person is referring to my threads and my Twitter. Thank you. I will keep on posting these things. So difference between visualization, imagination, daydreaming, and fantasizing. So visualization is usually very concise. People use visualization in a concise way. It's usually like a 10 to 30 second scene that you are repeating over and over. Imagination is everything. So visualization, affirmations, scripting, all these induce your imagination. So imagination is the bigger thing here. Daydreaming is something that you do generally, but it's not as focused, but it's prolonged over a period of time. So it's like generally I'm thinking about something. I'm not super focused on it, but I am thinking about it. And fantasizing is something that you're just doing to escape your current life. It's because you think that fantasizing about this thing is going to be a solution to my problem. How to exactly know which state I am in? You have to understand that your reactions towards things will tell you what state you are in. So whenever some circumstance happens or something comes up, how you react to it will teach you what truly your state of being in that moment is. So that's something that will help you a lot in that. Next question. Can trauma stop you from getting your desire? Definitely. Think about it this way. Let's say I have been, and I will give you a very short example. Let's say I have been cheated on in past 3 relationships, right? Now I have developed trauma when it comes to the concept of relationships. I probably don't trust women and probably don't feel safe with the idea of getting into one relationship. Moving forward, my behavior would be largely impacted by my past relationships. I would be judging other people from there if I haven't worked on it. My definition of relationships would be flawed. I would view women a particular way. I would have major trust issues. And even when I would be trying to manifest something, these things will come up in the middle. So dealing with these things and working on these things as a whole is always important and helpful, very helpful. Price of consulting. You can reach out to me on my email. It's in the link down below, or you can DM me on Instagram for coaching prices. I have various kinds of packages ranging from 1 hour sessions to 3 month sessions. So, and I also have a self-help course which you can take and go forward with. So next thing, past feeling comes back sometimes when I long for something new to start. That's called resistance. It's going to come. It's your body's and your mind's way to try to protect you. I have a video on resistance and how to handle it, which is linked down below. You can check it out. So that's all for today. I have some more questions here. I think I have a lot of more questions here, but I'm only going to be covering these in this video. So I will make a different video, or I will try to cover the rest of these questions on Instagram. You can reach out to me, like you can leave some questions or any that you have. And when I make a video like this next, I will try to cover them there. So hope you have a good day, and I will see you soon.
Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next one.